Hello friends, today is the day 8 for Golang for Kids series. So today we are going to see few more examples using the switch. So under switch we'll see the fall through, break, and some multiple expression in case. So just try to understand this switch using different examples. So when we define the switch, we can say a switch is a conditional statement that evaluates an expression and compares it against a list of possible matches and executes the corresponding block of code. It can be considered as an idiomatic way of replacing complex if-else clauses. So the most of the time I prefer switch compared to if-else. It's a and it's it looks clean, so that's why I prefer switch. Yeah, but that's depend on the developer. Yeah, so in the last video I also talked, is there is not a like the runtime difference between switch and if, so you can use anyone. But yeah, let's see how we make use of fall through multiple expression using few examples. So let me bring the screen for the Golang, like for the Repolit language.go here, and we'll write one example using the switch. Let's run it first. Okay, hello world, that's good. Let me move a little bit up and let's write our program. So I'm going to write a program to find even and odd using switch. So let's define a variable. So I'm saying the variable is num and the value is 10. So next, so result, and in the result what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide num modulo operator 2. So the modulo operator, it gives remainder. So if the remainder is 0, it's even, otherwise it's odd. So how to use that in a switch? Let's use that switch. Use the switch statement, switch, and then we'll pass the result here, and in the result we can compare with like case, and if the case is 0, then we can print something, fmt println, say event, or case 1 println odd. Let's run this. Okay, it's even, 10 is even. If I change the value 11 and run again, it will say odd. Yeah, so this is a very simple example. If you try to, and you have to, like, there can be possible mistakes if you try to repeat the same condition, that can be the error. So if I say again something like case 0 and then fmt println, just I want to print something like this. If I run this, it will say the duplicate case 0 in switch. So we cannot add the similar condition again, so you cannot duplicate this case. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show here. We know, if you divide a number, the result will be either 0 or 1. So we can also use the default here. So if it is 0, then it will print this message. If it is other than 0, we know that's other than 0. In this scenario, we'll just get 1. We can handle using the default case also. Default, so in that case we do not have to give the condition, so just a default. Run it, it's odd. If it is 10, it's a even. So that's good. Let's see some other example. Like I'm going to say this str string, and I'll say so value is, let's say, a, and here we can compare switch str, and then condition I'm saying if it is a, print vowel, and then it's a case a e, then fmt print l, and that's also vowel. Let's see, let's add all the condition, case a e I, vowel a e I o u, within the double quotes, and the last condition is a e I o u. Vowel. Okay, that's good. Default, you can say so consonant. Let's run this. Okay, it's a vowel. If I say b, then it's a consonant because it's not going to match here. So if it is between a, e, I, o, u, it will print the vowel. Okay, so that's the one way of comparing, that's variable, string variable with many conditions a, e, I, o, u. But we can, there is something called multiple expressions. We can use that also. So if you see here, it's a multiple expression, so you can use the multiple expressions also. So if you use the multiple expression, it looks clean. So how we can do, we can add the condition here, and then in the first condition you can say a, then e, I, o, and u. So in this case it will print the vowel, and then we do not need other condition. So there will be just two condition here, case and the default. In the case we are using the multiple expressions, and we are comparing if it is a, e, I, o, u, then print the vowel, otherwise it will print the consonant. So this is the multiple expression in a switch. Run it. So it's a consonant. If I say u here and run it again, so it's a vowel. Yeah, so that's a really good use of multiple expression in the case. We'll see something. We saw a simple example of the switch, then multiple expressions, and let's see one example for the fall through. What is this fall through? Let's see that. So I'm going to modify this. So okay, so now I'll say, okay, variable is num. I'm going to store some value in this variable, so 10, and then num. I can add the condition, like I can say if it is case, or what we do, so with different way, instead of giving this variable here, we can say like this, case num greater than equal to 10, so print fmt print ln greater than equal to 10. Okay, let's run this. Saying okay, greater than equal to 10. That's good. If value is 10 and we are matching with this condition, if num greater than equal to 10, print this. We'll add another condition, case num, we can say something is a greater than 10 and the num less than 20. So it should be between 10 and 20. Okay, so there will be another condition. We can say case num and it's a num greater than 20. In this case, let's print something fmt println greater than 20. Okay, that's good. And there is a default condition. In a default condition, I can say not valid number. Run it. It is 10 and it should come here. Okay, it's equal to 10. If I give it's a 21, it will come here greater than 20. So we are seeing greater than 20. So there is something called fallthrough. We can make use of that whenever there is a conditions required. For that we can make use of fallthrough, but we'll just see how the fallthrough is working. So in this case, I'm saying case first condition, it's a greater than 10. So what we do when the condition match, it's going to print greater than equal to 10, and right after, if I give the fallthrough, I'll write fallthrough. So if I write the fallthrough, what happens? It will print this statements greater than equal to 10, and also it will print this statement. But when we add the fallthrough, it's not going to match this condition. It will not match, just print this also, saying okay, print this and fallthrough and print the next statement. So it will print the next statement. So let's run. So in this case, it is 21. So in this case, it will go to the second condition and saying that will be greater than 20. Let's add something 10 here and see what's the result. If I run 10, saying greater than equal to 10 and greater than 20. Yeah, logically it doesn't make sense, but we find some scenario where we can use a fallthrough. So but anyway, we are just seeing the logic. So logic is here, logic of the fallthrough. So fallthrough, if this is statement true, it runs that, print that, and fallthrough means go to the next line. Don't care about this condition. So it will not check this condition. You see the value is 10 and 10 is greater than 20. No, it's not, but still it's printing greater than 20. That is the magic of the fallthrough. It's going to the next statement. Okay, so we understand the fallthrough also. That's good. Let's see what else. So there's something break. So break in the example we can make use of the break. So you see here, we are not using the break, and in other programming language, in like let's say Java or other programming language, we do write this case, and we write the condition here, and after that we'll do the break. We'll do the break like this. Here also, if you write the break in this example, there is no side effect. I'll say if it is a 10, is saying the greater than 10 and the coming out of the switch. So if you do not write the break also, it will come out of the switch. Now we'll surprise, what is the use of break then. So the break is, when we use the break, it will come out of the loop itself. It's like loop. So I'm not using any loop here. In the next video, we'll see the loop in a detail, but let me write some loop here. So if I say something like some loop for, let's say, I. So this is the one loop I'm saying. I'm just going to initialize the value. It's a I is a 1, and then say the I less than equal to 2, I plus plus, and then for the loop I will introduce the curly bracket. So the curly bracket, so I will add this curly bracket at the end, after, right after the switch block. See, I highlighted this, and the switch block is ended here, and after this I will add this for. Okay, so, and right after the switch, so when the body of the switch is ended, right after that I'm just printing one message, fmt println, this is right after switch. Okay, let's run this. Okay, so this is it runs 2 times. It's saying, okay, greater than equal to 10, this is a right after switch, and again the greater than equal to 10, this is right after switch. So this condition is running 2 times. Okay, and there's no use of the break here. See, it's a condition match, and then it's printing greater than equal to 10, and it's not like coming out of the loop 8. It's it's a printing, this is right after the switch, which our loop is here. So actually, the use of the break in switch statement is to come out of the loop. So how will you make that, like, come out of the loop? So what we do, from the here we define one label. We'll say that this is outer, like this, and then run this. Okay, label outer defined and not used. So how to make a use of this? So what we do here, so in this case, we define the label, and then we also, when we actually we have to explicitly say that, okay, come out of the outer loop. So I can say here break and then outer. This spelling is correct. Okay, outer, and syntax is outer colon, and then run it. So this time it ran only 1. So greater than equal to 10, it's printed, this logic matches, and it's printed greater than equal to 10, and then it control comes to this line, break outer. So that's why it come out of this outer. So come out of the outer, so that means there is a for loop, it will come out. So that means it's not going to print this line, it will just out of this body of the for loop. So you see, where is the body? This is the starting, and this is highlighted. So this is the body, so this means it will come out of this for loop body, and that's the use of the break. Okay, so the break of use, one of the use case of the break is come out of the loop itself. Okay, so that's good. We understand all these concepts now. Fall through, break, multiple expression in a case. Yeah, so this switch is very much similar to if else, and in the next video we'll see about the loop. So we'll do the deep dive into the loop, and we'll try to understand the loop in more depth. And after a few videos, I'm also going to show you how to create a project. So we'll create one small project where we'll make use of all the concept whatever we learned, and in that way we'll get the master on that, and then again we'll proceed. So maybe I think after 4 or 5 videos, like when we learn this loop, and then after that thing array, and we learn some function, a little bit idea about the struct, and then after that we'll do the projects. Okay, then that's all for today. Thank you. See you.